AI can answer code questions instantly, but can you trust it? In this video, we're going to put it to the test. I'm going to ask AI some piping code questions, and we're going to use the search feature in Bluebeam to verify that directly against B31.3 code. Let's try it. So we're going to ask ChatGPT, per B31.3, what is the maximum allowed depth of undercut when welding 4-inch Schedule 40 standard piping? So it says ASME B31.3, table 341.3.2. It shows a maximum allowable undercut depth of 1/32 of an inch. So let's take a look at that. So we're going to use the search feature. It's all the way over here to the left. It's got the magnifying glass. And we're going to type in 341.3.2 because that's the table that AI gave us. And we're going to hit search. So in the results column, you can see everywhere that Bluebeam found the number 341.3.2 in the B31.3 code. So we're going to look through these until we find the table that we're looking for with our acceptance criteria. So here you can see 341.3.2, so AI got the table number correct. So let's find our depth of undercut. So here's our depth of undercut. We come across the row and it shows less than or equal to 1/32 of an inch and TW divided by 4. So we also have note 3 here, and up here at the top we have a note 1. The notes are very important whenever you're looking at code. You always want to read the notes first before you decide on anything. So let's go ahead and look at note 3. Depth of undercut shall be evaluation by visual examination only. Okay, we got that. So up here at the top, note 1, let's see what it says. Where two limiting values are separated by and, which that is the case here with us, the lesser of the values determines acceptance. So that's telling us that whichever is less, 1/32 of an inch or TW divided by 4 will be our acceptance criteria. Where two sets of values are separated by R, the larger value is acceptable. That's not the case here with us because there's no R, there's only an and. Going on, it says TW is the nominal wall thickness of the thinner of two components joined by a butt weld. So this TW is going to be our nominal wall thickness of our 4-inch Schedule 40. So let's do the math on that. So our 4-inch Schedule 40 has a nominal wall thickness of 0.237. Because the note said to use the thinner of each side, we're going to assume that both sides of our pipe are the exact same wall thickness at 0.237. One side is not thinner than the other. So if you do the math, 0.237 divided by 4 equals 0.05925. So what we want to know is if this number is greater than or less than 1/32 of an inch. So let's refer to our decimal chart. So it says here that 1/32 is equal to 0.03125. This number is smaller than 0.05925. So that means that 1/32 would be our maximum allowed depth of undercut. So in this case, AI was correct. It gave us the right table. It told us that our undercut depth had a maximum of 1/32 of an inch. If scrolling down, it even shows us the wall thickness for our Schedule 40 pipe. It did the math for us to 0.059. It compared the limits, and it went all the way to giving you the max allowable undercut, which is great. So for this specific question, ChatGPT was correct. Now let's try another one. This time let's ask, per B31.3, what is the minimum allowable preheat temperature for carbon steel that is 3/4 inch thick. So it says here, per ASME B31.3, the minimum preheat temperature is found in table 330.1.1. It says for carbon steel, if nominal thickness is less than 1 inch, then the minimum preheat temperature equals 50 degrees. So let's put that to the test. So once again, what we're going to do is we're going to search that table number that ChatGPT gave us, which is 330.1.1. We're going to search through these results until we find the chart we're looking for. And it shows table 330.1.1 preheat temperatures. So once again, AI got the table number correct. So right off the bat, you can see that there is a note 1 and a note 2. Let's go ahead and take a look at those notes. So note 1 says P numbers and group numbers from ASME Boiler Pressure Vessel Code Section 9 table, and it tells you what table that this information was found in. Note 2 says SMTS is equal to specified minimum tensile strength. So coming back up to the top. So we're looking at carbon steel, and our question referenced 3/4 inch thick steel. So for less than or equal to 1 inch, it shows that our required minimum temperature is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what ChatGPT said, so in that case, it got it correct. But let's look a little bit deeper than that. So it gave some extra information here. It showed that extra notes. It showed that a thickness that's greater than or equal to 1 inch has a minimum preheat increase to 175 degrees for carbon steel. Now, if we reference back to B31.3, it shows that carbon steel that's greater than 1 inch has a required minimum temperature of 200 degrees Fahrenheit. AI said 175, so in that case, AI was incorrect. If you look here, there's another row that shows greater than 1 inch with a required minimum temperature of 50 degrees. So how do you know the difference between this one and this one? So for greater than 1 inch, it shows that your carbon percentage, if it's less than or equal to 0.30, then you use the 50 degree minimum. For greater than 1 inch, if your carbon percentage is greater than 0.30, then you use the 200 degree minimum. So you just have to pay close attention to the details to get that right. So was AI correct? It was on our first question, but on our second question, it was only partially correct. It got our direct question right, but it threw in some extra information there that was incorrect. So I'm going to say that AI was wrong on this one. So I think this was a good example of how AI can be helpful, but it can also be very wrong. It's okay to ask questions to get help, to get pointed in the right direction, to help speed things up instead of deciphering through tons of code, but you always have to verify what it's telling you. You don't want to accept something in the field just because AI told you that it's acceptable. That's a huge mistake. Always verify yourself, always. So if you want the same decimal to fraction conversion chart that I used, I'll have a link to it in the description. This one goes from 1/32 to ½ inch, but it's accompanied by another sheet that goes from ½ inch to 1 inch. So if you get this, you get both sheets and you get the conversions from 1/32 all the way to 1 inch. If you got some value from this video, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.